In this video, we are going to check out how to configure virtual LAN. So what is virtual LAN is, we are going to segment a LAN into small networks for the purpose of security and to enforce certain policy in the network. For that, let's take a switch. So we'll take a PT switch. We'll take two switches this side and two switches this side. And then we'll have a router. So PT router. So we'll just take two switches. So we are going to connect two computers here and this. In this network, let's connect all the devices together. So to connect these two switches to the router, we'll take one more switch. This the center switch. So here we are going to have two VLAN. That is, let's take VLAN 10, which belong to the students, and we'll take VLAN 20, which belongs to the teachers. And let's take that VLAN 10 belongs to 192.168.10.0/24. And VLAN to the teachers, it belongs to 192.168.20.0/24. So these are the two VLANs and the two networks that are going to operate in this topology. So we'll start configuring the IP address. Step number 1, to configure the IP address. So let's take this computer, PC0, desktop. So 192.168.10.2, let's say 10.2, and the gateway is 10.1. So this belongs to the student category, this computer. Similarly, PC1, let's say that it belongs to the teachers category. So 192.168.20.2 and 192.168.20.1, the default gateway. Similarly, this side also, let's take PC2 desktop. To the IP configuration, we'll give 192.168.10.3 and the default gateway 192.168.10.1. So let's come to this computer. We'll say it belongs to 192.168.20.3, 192.168.20.1. So IP configuration of all the computers is done. Now we have to configure the ports of the switches. So there are two modes that operates on the switches. Okay, so modes in VLAN. There are two modes. Number one is the access mode. So access mode means it carries single VLAN traffic. And the second one is the trunk mode, which carries the multiple VLAN traffic. So now you see here in this topology, these two ports are single VLAN ports. It carries only 10 traffic outside, and this is one where you have to do it as a trunk. Again, this should be a trunk. These are the ports which are supposed to be trunk, and these two ports are supposed to be the access. So we'll just do the configuration for the access ports first. So let's come to the CLI and we'll just say enable, then go to the configuration mode. Then we'll go to the port 0/1, interface FA0/1, the first port, and here we say switch port mode access. So we configure that port as an access. Then we should say that which VLAN traffic it is going to take out. So switch port access VLAN 10. So this fast Ethernet 0/1 is the main carrier of VLAN 10. Okay, so before accessing the VLAN, we are supposed to create the VLAN. So we'll do that. For that, I should give VLAN 10. And what is its name? Name is students. Similarly, I should create VLAN 20. Then name is teachers. So it is done. Now I think it will work on the interfaces. So switch port mode access, then switch port access VLAN 10. It works. Similarly, interface FA1/1. Here we'll give switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 20. So the configuration on this part of the switch is done. Okay, the left side switch is done. Let's come to the right side switch is done, and let's come to switch 1 here. So here also come to the CLI and we'll say en config t. The first step is you should say what all the VLAN present in the network. VLAN 10 name students. Similarly, we are going to say VLAN 20 name teachers. Then we should give switch port mode access and everything. So we'll say interface FA0/1. So here you give switch port mode access. So switch port access VLAN 10. Similarly, interface FA1/1 switch port mode access, then switch port access VLAN 20. So the configuration of the left side switch is also done. We'll come to the trunk port. So we'll go to the configuration mode, interface FA2/1. So we'll configure that as switch port mode trunk. Right. So this side I have made it as a trunk. So let's come similar to this port, this switch also. We'll come to interface FA2/1. So we'll say switch port mode trunk. Now in this topology, we have two VLAN. So these two ports have been configured as access ports, and these two ports have been changed to the trunk port. Now come to the middle switch. So the middle switch has also need to be configured. So we say en config t. So we'll tell what all the VLAN present. VLAN and name students, and similarly VLAN 20 name teachers. So then we should go to the interface FA0/1. So we'll say that switch port mode trunk. Similarly, interface FA1/1. So we'll say that switch port mode trunk. Then interface FA2/1. Similarly, that is also need to be a trunk, and we'll also enable that port. Okay, we'll give a no shut and enable the port. So all these trunk and access configuration on the switches and in the PC, everything is done. Now, if you were pinging from PC ping, okay, so let's ping 192.168.10.3, the ping will work. But however, if I'm pinging ping 192.168.20.3, it will not work because that's a different network. We need to do certain configuration in the router. So what are those configurations? We'll now check out how to do inter-VLAN configuration using router. Let's come to the router. So here in the configuration mode, let's say interface. This is the fast Ethernet interface. So we'll say FA 0/0.10. So, and we'll say encapsulation. We have to enable the IEEE 802.1q protocol. So encapsulation dot 1q. So this is VLAN 10. So dot 1q 10. Then we should give the IP address 192.168.10.1, the gateway address that we have given in the computer 255.0. It's done. Similarly, interface FA 0/0.20. So encapsulation dot 1q 20. We should enable 20 in that sub interface. Then the IP address 192.168.20.1 255.255.255.0. So we have done enough with configuring the VLAN. So, but we are supposed to put that port on. So we'll go to interface FA 0/0 and then put no shut. So now all the links are up. We are supposed to check out. We'll go to the PC again, command prompt, and here we'll just try to ping 20.3. So we'll try pinging one more time. So ping 192.168.10.3 was successful. Okay, so we're able to get the reply. So we'll say ping 192.168.10.1. Yeah, we were able to ping the default gateway. So we'll ping 192.168.20.1. Yes, we were able to get the reply. Again, we will do ping 192.168.20.3. Yes. So all the data transfer between 10 and 10 is also successful, and the data transfer between 10 and 20 is also successful.